All right. The Sunday night baseball game isn't over yet, but the matchups are. So here is your Fantasy 5 for the Week 8 recap. A few good matchups. A back and forth matchup that came down to Sunday night baseball, which was our matchup of the week. A performance of the week. Again, something I'm adding to these. And yeah, a couple really close ones that came down to Sunday as well. So here we go. First off, performance of the week. Shout out to Justin and Justin's offense. They put up some great numbers this week. 75 hits, 14 home runs, 42 RBIs, a 305 average, and a 904 OPS. So Justin did really well against AJ this week in a 14-3 win. Took the lead, never really gave it up at any point. Solid win for Justin. Gets him up in the rankings. We'll get into that later, but a much needed win and a very nice performance. So performance of the week, Justin, and a W for Justin. Alejandro beats Carlos in a 14-2 win. Maybe not the best stats, but all you care about is a win, point in the win column on your record, which is what Alejandro got. Again, 14-2 over Carlos. David, another big win, a nice win against Adam, who has a really good team. But David, 11-6 win. I think he took a handful of categories, just enough categories so that even if Adam did make it close, I think David had it locked up yesterday. But I think he took enough of the pitching and the hitting ones that he did take had a pretty good margin. So David with a nice win, 11-6. And then I had a good win against Moy. Moy was probably the hottest team other than David. And it was a really close matchup. I think if you look at the numbers, the categories are really close. Any other week, I think Moy would have beaten the majority of the teams on this week. But a good matchup, Moy. I took that one 11-5. And then Ray and Efren had a nice little back and forth. I think Efren had an early on lead, then Ray took over, then it was tied at one point. And then I think if Efren had gotten another home run tonight, and it's still not over, but I think if he gets another home run from Brandon Marsh, it'll be 8-8 tie. Again, it's going to be tough to do, but right now I'm calling it a 9-8 win for Ray. So good win for Ray. Again, another guy who moves up in the rankings. And then the matchup of the week, Joe versus Dale. Back and forth. I think Dale had the lead of the matchup for the majority of the time, and then Joe made a nice comeback in the last couple days. Brought it to a tie game, took the lead part-time today, came down to Sunday Night Baseball. Basically, it was for Joe at that point, tie or lose, and all Dale needed was Joe was winning 8-7. Dale needed a 1 total base to bring it to a tie, 2 total bases for the win, and Sean Murphy came through for Dale with 2 singles. So good matchup of the week, 8-7, and that takes us into what I project the rankings are. Again, I try to get these right. Sometimes I'm off by 1 or 2 teams, but we will have Efren at 1-7 at 12, 11 Joe at 3-5, 10 Carlos at 3-5, Moy at 9 at 3-5, Justin at 8 at 3-5, Ray at 7 at 3-5, Adam at 6 at 4-4, AJ at 5 at 4-4. Dale jumps all the way up from 9 to 4th at 4-4. Alejandro stays at 3 at 6-2. I stay at 2 at 7-1, and David stays at first at 7-1. Looking ahead, week 9 matchups, a lot of good ones. Carlos versus Dale, Alex versus AJ, David versus Efren, Ray versus Justin, me versus Adam, and Joe versus Moy. Good stuff. Congrats to the winners. Enjoy your long weekend, fellas. And I will see you on the next one. Later.